Alberta's controversial Sovereignty Act was passed into law overnight, but with some significant change. The provision that granted Premier Danielle Smith's cabinet the power to bypass legislature was removed. CTV's Austin Lee is joining us from Calgary with more on this. Austin, give us the details.
Well, it was a late one in the Alberta legislature with this Alberta sovereignty within a United Canada Act passing at around 1 o'clock in the morning. The final vote 27-7. Danielle Smith's UCP voting in favor, and unsurprisingly, the Alberta NDP opposed. Now, there was a big change. Actually, one of the more controversial points of that bill was changed, and so that was that there's no longer a provision that would have granted Smith's cabinet power to bypass the legislature and amend certain laws and rewrite certain laws, I should say. However, the UCP, they did pass an amendment to the bill, and that amendment does assert that the Alberta legislature still has the final say on lawmaking, but the province would have to respect the Constitution, and so if there is a Supreme Court decision on a certain law, obviously the province would have to respect that decision. And once again, we heard from Danielle Smith last night talking about how she wants to rewrite Alberta's relationship with the federal government, pointing to some controversial laws that have come into place that were maybe not necessarily within the best economic interests of Alberta, and so that being the main reason that this is the centerpiece legislation of her government. But still, obviously, many people opposed in Alberta as well. Rachel Notley taking to Twitter saying that her government, if elected, the next provincial election, by the way, set for May 29th. So Rachel Notley, the leader of the Alberta NDP, saying that if she was elected, they would scrap this bill in its entirety. We also heard from the NDP Indigenous Relations critic Richard Feehan. He tabled a amendment to scrap the bill entirely before it was passed. He says that there was not sufficient consultation with First Nations people across Alberta, and those comments, they stem from some concerns that were raised just recently by a number of First Nations leaders. Obviously, having this bill just passed at around 1 a.m. Mountain Time means that there is still a lot of analysis and a lot of reaction to come out of this. So it'll be interesting to see what politicians and what political science experts say in the days to come. Back to you.
Austin Lee, thank you for that. We want to turn